So, hello, dears. I'm happy to stay here before these final pitches. See so inspiring faces of our participants, of our mentors, experts, and of course, jury members and guests. Before we're starting, I want to say that I was really impressed for these 2 days, even 2.5 a day, because we heard case studies, different discussions at the opening sessions with experts from all over the world. And we understand the importance of your projects and your ideas. We had more than 100 participants offline and online during the hackathon. And today, this evening, we heard your pitches, dears. So, before that, I want to mention that you will have only 3 minutes for your pitch. After this time ending, you heard my voice that the time is over and your micro will be off. For the next part, for a few moments, you will have time for Q&A session from our jury members. We have jury here on the venue, one part of them, and another part online, as you actually as participants. So half of the jury members here and half of the jury members online. They will have a few minutes for questions or comments, and you will answer. After that, I again say that the time is over and the next speech will start. So, the clicker and the microphone will be in your hands. So you will understand that you will speak here in the micro and click like I'm with mobile phone, but you will click your presentation here and stay also here. Just a reminder for those who are here on the venue. Are you ready? Yes, yes. I'm ready too. So let's start, and I want to introduce our super cool and super professional jury. And I will start from Andrew Robel. Andrew, do you hear me? Andrew is from Emerging Europe and he is attending online. Andrew?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Andrew Robel, the founding partner at Emerging Europe. I'm calling in from London. And
I think we need to fix the sound. Andrew, say hi to me again because our technical team fixed the sound.
hi there again. Can you hear me now? Is it any bit better?
Andrew, can you start again and try it without your headphones because maybe it's trouble because of AirPods.
Yeah, I'm here all the time. I'm trying to say something, but I'm not sure if you guys can hear me.
Okay. While we're fixing, I introduce the next jury member, and then we are coming back to Andrew. So I will introduce you Dennis Gurski from Social Boost. Dennis, a few words from you.
Hi everyone. Basically, I will be very happy to see the results of the couple of days that we had here. I heard some ideas around, but I tried not to get deep so that I don't have the pre-biased judgments. So good luck with your pitches and see you in a bit.
The next one will be Anna Primag from UVS Disinfo.
Hi everyone, thank you very much for organizing this very interesting and useful and timely event. It's really a great pleasure and actually honor to be present among so many talented minds and brave souls today. So I think no matter what the outcome, it's going to be great, and I hope all your ideas will be implemented, and it will be for the benefit of everyone, of every citizen, and you are actually contributing to a victory in the information space. So good luck, everyone. Looking forward.
And online participants too. Just turn on and turn. Yes.
Okay. So hello everyone, both here and online. Well, as for me, I've been involved in startups for the last 13 years, so quite a bit. I've seen a lot of ideas on different competitions, but I'm looking forward to seeing the ones I haven't seen before implemented here as well. So good luck to everyone who's gonna present, and looking forward.
Thank you, Greg. The next, Konstantin Kuznetsov from UCBI.
All right, I'll make it quick. Good to see everyone. Thanks for staying that long. We look forward to all the pitches, and good luck everyone who's pitching today. Thank you.
Thank you, Costa. So, before we continue, I saw that we have a few participants, few teams who are already go to our hall and just skip the first introduction from my side. So again, you will have, guys, only 3 minutes for your pitch. And after that, you will have a few minutes for questions from our jury members who are online and offline. After that, I will announce the next team. After all the pitches, we'll have 30 minutes pause for jury, and after that, we just very, very interesting moment when we announce the our online judges. Andrew Robel, do you hear us? And I hope that now we'll have the great sound in our hall. And let's start with you.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know.
Nope. So, yeah, we just hear you guys, but not every word. That's why we have some troubles at our venue. Maybe it depends upon headphones or not, I don't know, but let's try to go to the next jury member, to Andrei Degeler from the Next Web.
Hi, can you hear me then?
Yes, Andrew, we are hearing you, but I hope that all fixed. So I will announce our jury, and I hope we'll start. If I saw at my screen Andrei Degeler, Andrew Vrobel, can we show for our participants also Mike Butcher and Artem Starasik? Yay! We saw Artem. And where is the Mike? Yes, cool, guys. We're seeing all of you, and we're ready to announce again Andrew Robel from Emerging Europe, Andrei Degeler from The Next Web, Artyom Starasek from Molfar, and Mike Butcher from TechCrunch. Just say hi, dear.
Hi.
Hey everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Yay! We are hearing you and see you well, so we are starting our final pitches. And the first team that will start, that will be online team, which called CyberSword. So, CyberSword. So, let's go. Your 3 minutes start now.
Have a nice evening. We are CyberSword team from Ukraine, and I want to present you our technical decision named Fish Shark. Its decision made against to fight with phishing, cyber attacks, Russian propaganda and misinformation. Because in the wartime in Ukraine we have the hybrid war that's characterized that increase the number of cyber attacks. Phishing remains effective for decades in our world. We all know about this, and we wanted to stop these processes with our technical decisions. Our aim is to fight with fakes, misinformation, phishing, analyzes the results, because our technical decisions get more data, and we can make some correlations with this data to get into some analytical results for different areas such as cybersecurity, information psychologies operations, for banks, and other. In that picture, you can see our technical decisions. It's the IT infrastructure. This consists with user-friendly programs such as we give for users Telegram bot, we give for users mobile app, we give for users website and plugin. This all tools making from people data. Everyone can check the link to the site, check the phone number which using in phishing, check banking cards which using in phishing too. Could check the group or the channel in the Telegram and other social networks, because today we see the many fakes groups, fakes channels to sharing the misinformation and propaganda too. And all data about the malicious links will collected on the database, which will synchronized with the national DNS. And I want to image the situation when the time of sharing the information about malicious link is a few seconds from the first user which detect the malicious link to other user. Everyone going to work lights on his smartphone, many links, see more advertises, and could check with the copy paste different links in our system. This link will check in automated with the core of our system, have the different checkings. And after that, if this link is malicious, this link will collect it in database. Database synchronized with the blacklists in national DNS, and this malicious link will be added to the blacklist. And other people which have placed in their workplaces in the critical infrastructure objects, government organization couldn't go on these links after the first user which find this link. It's so important because the great vendors in cybersecurity, such as Cisco, Google, Trellix, and others, have the reaction time of 24 hours, and it's enough for
And the
hackers
time is over.
to make
Thank you very much for
profitable.
your pitch. We're going to our questions. So, dear jury members, maybe you can support and ask something for our participant.
Hi, so can you explain to us how the solution you're providing is going to assess what is propaganda or misinformation and what's not? So how can you protect against, like, some people, for example, false accusing information about being misinformation?
Okay, it's so interesting case in our country. Today, government blocking the Russian resources with propaganda and misinformation. But it was some problems which with blocking because more people using VPNs. We couldn't blocking the different pages in social media such as Telegram and Facebook. But we want to show the alternative way using our plugin. There are more decisions in our country and people and government organizations which find their propaganda and misinformation. And we could collect this information from the organizations and people and add it to our database and which synchronized with our plugin. Everyone who wants to visit the propaganda and misinformation site will see the message about this site is bad and explain why. This don't motivate people to install and download free VPN clients, which include more malicious software, Trojans, and viruses from Russian hacktivists. Also, in future, we want to implement the neural network, which work with great massive of data and links from Russian narratives, detect the fakes, and making decisions after learning this neural network. In future, we see to using the Berta model to making the artificial intelligence to detect the propaganda in different languages. Not all, not Russia and Ukraine, because we see there are in Twitter and other international social networks, Russian propaganda will sharing a lot.
Thank you. One more question.
Yeah, how we will check the identity of the person who is sending the information? Because as I know, maybe you heard about lots of special security service of Ukraine bots who gathering information about Russian troops movement. And the main problem is that the Russian bots sending lots of misinformation. They're registering like hundreds and hundreds accounts who just sending bullshit. And after this, they can't find something good in this bunch of news.
Okay, it is not a new question in modern world, but we have the algorithm which can compare the texts, which can identify the words of their aims, such as good, bad, stress, and other, and detect the narratives with comparing. And we want to implement the neural networks for this. If you know, similar decisions was implemented by Microfocus, as I know. We use the similar variant and the data leaks, data sheets from our governments, because we have in the government the specialized departments which find and detect propagandas too. But the fighting with propaganda and disinformation, I want to accent on this, is another way of using our tools. It's only for plugin. And there are other tools using for anti-phishing and minimize the cyber attacks too.
Thank you, the Team Cyber Sword.
In some cases,
thank you very much. We're going to the next team, as we have time enough for our questions. So the next team will be VeriFix. You already here? The team VeriFix, the time is starting now, so your pitch is starting.
Thank you very much. Let me share my screen. I'm John Fuse from Team VeriFix. We are presenting our VeriFix National Security proposal. The problem we are solving is finding the influence campaigns that do the most damage. These do the highest harm, but they're buried in the noise. It's not obvious disinformation. It's not obvious misinformation. These are the issues that tend to do the greatest harm. So they're buried in the noise and they do cognitive harm. The solution we're bringing to Ukraine has already won NATO Innovation's Countering Cognitive Warfare Challenge. It's a proven technology that's been used inside a number of countries, including Ukraine, including Russia. It has recently been identified by Alexander Dugin's Geopolitica as one of the largest cognitive threats to Russia. We are making this data now available for people to search and identify on the Russian network. The solution provides two new indicators, content and event. If the event or content indicator is used in a simple Boolean search, the accounts that otherwise go under the radar, that don't get identified, are exposed. We use a weakness in the Russian system. When they can create thousands of accounts, but those accounts to do damage have to have coordinated messaging, coordinated content. Obvious content is found by other technologies. The accounts we are finding are the ones that otherwise go under the radar and often live and go undetected for years. It's a very unique solution. Many people thought it could not be done. We've been using it for a number of years now, and it's time that we go public. Has huge commercial potential. These same indicators can be used for advertising. They can be used for social media platforms. They can be used to replace a lot of the targeting and the tracking that is currently being done. The indicators that we obtain do not come from social media. They come from a private source of data that is ethical. We use no PII, we are GDPR compliant, and we pay everyone who helps us. In terms of implementation, the tool has already been tested across North America, across ASEAN, across Europe, including inside Ukraine, and actually inside Russia. The tool, these indicators, if given to a team of 5 to 10 people, whether it's government or private sector, honestly could service all of the Ukraine government's needs. Large social media companies likewise also could make easy use of this technology. We have a very good team. Myself, Adam Hesh is actually out of Facebook, out of Meta. Jennifer Watkins is out of Los Alamos National Nuclear Labs. This is a software solution that is scalable, right? We have systems right now around the world that can be turned on. We could be pulling data out of any country in 2 to 3 days. Let me show you now.
Thank you very much. The time is over. Go into our questions, dear jury, please. Yes, Dennis?
Quick question. Basically, looks like a very mature product. It was submitted as an idea, but it seems to be very carefully implemented in many areas. Why would you need a hackathon?
We were supposed to be implemented by NATO 6 months ago, but one of the countries has intervened and has delayed that implementation. So we're going outside of NATO, and now we're going directly to countries. I'm not going to name the country that's been slowing down NATO's deployment of the tool.
One more quick question.
I think we can probably guess which country is slowing it down. I concur. It does seem like a pretty mature product. So I'd certainly be interested in hearing more about it. I'm quite excited by anything going through NATO right now. I think it's got a lot of mileage. So thank you for the pitch. I'd be interested in hearing more.
Thank you.
Thanks you. And next team of ZMI. That was very fixed. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And you can start.
Hello. One moment. I'll share my screen. Oh my God. Hello, I'm Natalia Kokorina, and I'm representing the team number 24, named OVSLI, and we are on our stage idea. OVSLI is an application which solving the problem of freedom of speech. We all know how important to get the reliable information now. and mostly we get it via media resources. Our application OSME help to reliable media resources to spread the truth to the people without blocking them from the governmental side. Today in Ukraine, we have some new law. It's called about the media, and it will come into the force in 3 months. Under this law, media can be fined and even blocked by governmental side. We have an idea to create an application of SME, which we need to integrate with governmental API. The subscribers are all media, territory Ukraine, and this application sends instantly a notification to subscriber about the opening of certain court case or about the beginning of the inspection of the by the controlling body. Such a notification will allow the media to respond in time to avoid any illegal blocking of fines. OSME is a new solution, and as far as we know, no any similar solution in Ukraine now. The main features of OSME is instant notification of subscribers about the potential possible blocking or fine. We are planning our subscription to the application will be paid. 75% goes to OSME fund. This fund will cover fines of media, if any, and 25% goes to team needs and profits. Our plans for implementation is, first of all, 3 months, which goes to create application of SME, and 6 months for advocacy campaign to integrate of SME with governmental API. Actually, it will be the most difficult part of our project. Our team consists of 2 persons on this event. It's me, I'm a team leader and also I'm a lawyer with a big experience, and my partner Gary Rogovsky, who is high-level IT specialist with more than 20 years of experience.
And the time
Also,
is over. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Natalia. I hope that it was really a last slide. And we're going to the questions.
Natalia, thank you so much for the presentation. A really quick question. Isn't it something that could be done through existing open data solutions in Ukraine, like Open Data Bot or something like that?
I'm sorry, I cannot respond this question because I'm not so technical specialist, and Andrei, unfortunately, now not with me. And it's a very interesting question, but it's not so I cannot explain. I can explain about the law, everything, but about technical, I cannot. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Actually, really want to, our team really appreciate if some jury or mentors and everybody, or maybe participants have some feedback about this idea, because to implement is very difficult.
So maybe jury have another question, dears?
Yeah.
Yes,
I have a quick question about the fund. Could you tell us a little bit more about the media fund? Why you decided to, to designate 75% of the revenue sort of to that?
Because I don't know, it's just our idea. We want will be like similar to insurance company. Like we have some fund, and if some accident, like an insurance company, it will be such accident as fines. Because sometimes fines we can go to court and win the case, but sometimes it cannot because it was real violation. So because of this, we have some funds, and we will cover instead of media their fines. Yes, I finished. Is it clear?
Thank you, Natalia. Thank you, the team of SME.
Hi everyone. I just share my screen and let's start.
Yes, you can start, and the time starts now.
So, okay, our team is Main Cyber, and my name is Andriy. I am represented this team. So, let's change the narrative a little bit and talk about education.
We don't see your
for...
screen. Sorry, but
Oh,
we don't
sorry.
see the screen and your presentation. We see and hear only you.
Yeah. 1 minute. Let's. Okay, let's.
Now, yes, but do that full screen.
Okay.
That's your Slack channel. That's your presentation. Thank you very much. Great choice. And you can start again.
Yeah. Okay. So our team is Main Cyber, and my name is Andriy. I am present this team. Let's talk a little about the solution that is education of children. As we know, cybersecurity is not very popular among children, and they are very can be in dangers because they are the most users of social media. So our solution can be a new application that will encourage teenagers to start dive deep into cybersecurity. We are not talking about very technical concepts, but basic terminology and rules for protecting themselves in social media. And of course, it implies such topics as understanding disinformation, fakes, what to read, what to post, so what personal data shouldn't be posted online, and so on. So innovation is that project can be really for non-tech people and focused with children. We offer offline interactive software that can be accessed from anywhere, and those rules will be always with you. As a software app, commercial based on premium features on those apps. And about implementation, we need to create more attractive design and interactive content. We will be focusing on Europe and USA. In the long term, we can do this with partnerships with media company and maybe schools to encourage them to start those parts. And for scalability, firstly, we can use this on local base, like for gathering feedback, then launching it, for example, in Play Market and App Store. And when app will be already quite good, we can start a promotion campaign through social media based on personal brands, friends, and it's even costs nothing, yes. And also taking part in some social activities that will encourage children.
The time is over. Thank you very
and,
much, Team Dream.
Thanks.
And we're going to the jury.
I'll ask a quick question. Can you tell us a little bit about the children? I mean, the age groups that you are trying to target with this solution.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Probably I should say teenagers because as children, it's quite complex for them, and I think it can be targeted for those 10, 14 age on first stage, and then develop and scale and with hiring some specialists like videographers, content makers, we can scale this as for non-tech people like parents, and for children from younger, even 6 years, maybe.
Okay, thank you. And Anna?
Yeah, one question actually. So basically, you're saying you're going to cover US, EU, I mean, I guess Eastern countries as well. And how are you going to make sure that these people, the teenagers who are downloading the app, are receiving the right regulations? So those apply that are being applied in the EU or are applied in the US?
Yeah, that's interesting question. Thank you for asking. I can't tell you the answer right now, but I promise that we will resolve this challenge. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, the Team Dream.
Yeah, thanks.
And now we're going to the Team Żwawo, and it will be on the stage. So, the clicker on the table. And the microphone too. Great. 3 minutes is yours.
I just try if it works. Yes. Let's start. We live in the world oversaturated with online content. How often do you hear, hey, please subscribe for my YouTube channel. Please follow up my Twitter account. Or please just like my Instagram post. My name is Alex, and we are Żwawo to boost your content promotion from individual to masses. And we are dealing with very huge problem. We all have to promote our formerly posted content and a new content. And we have the solution that is called Content Co-Promotion Exchange that is target LinkedIn bio users who have the pain to continuously promote content. We are in uniqueness, we are dealing with massive co-promotion potential, and our solution is based on many-to-many content matchmaking algorithm that allows you concurrently communicate with people on the globe and get partnership like as simple as like request on a Facebook. So our freemium model will help our creators and online sellers to reach their target as small as for $10 a month with the premium package. So far, we have almost ready React Native client-server solution with mobile and UI interfaces. We are hosted in cloud, and we are targeting EMEA and US users, including social networks, stores, and blogs. As for the scalability, there is very promising almost 600 billion market that is continuously growing. And we are starting from small deals between creators and going to expand to longer deals between online sellers that continuously fight to move on top their products in search engine rankings.
Thank you very much. The time is over.
Yeah, this is our team. Thank you.
So, any questions? No one?
Actually, we do have.
We couldn't see any. With no slides. Were there slides? Were there supposed to be slides?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, there were slides.
We didn't see any slides.
Okay.
I didn't see any slides.
Well, maybe we could send the slides to the jury, and in the meantime, we could ask some questions here. What do you say? I actually wanted to ask a question. So I may not be aware about the LinkedIn bio. What's that? And also a follow-up question. What is the platform to ensure that kind of an exchange of cross-promo requests that you see?
Yeah. So if you are an Instagram user, you can't put as much information about yourself to the header of your account. That's why LinkedIn bio solution in place that it's like a constructor to organize all your content links, and you put just one link to your Instagram account, and others can refer to it to see all other content from you. And as for solution, we are matchmaking exchange platform where users simply create requests and provide offers to make the partnership, so we can find each other and agree to co-promote our content. I promote your content and you promote my content. Just like request on Facebook from someone, hey, please like my page.
Does it differ from the rest of the platforms that are out there already?
Yes, existing platforms kind of gamification platforms that provide sequential approach, and you don't know what to expect to like. You don't know who is the owner of the page. We are concurrent model. We allow you to interact simultaneously with 1,000 people, and we allow you to not just like the content, but to partner with the owner for future co-promotion.
Thank you very much. It was a team Jvavo.
Thank you.
The next one, Osavul. And Osavul on the stage. Maybe you can turn on your micro, just up, the click and up.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Thank you for advising. So I'm Dmitro from Team Osavul, and we are building software to automatically detect coordinated and authentic behavior online and remove bad content and bad actors from the internet. As you know, Russia is sending a lot of and running a lot of information campaigns against Ukraine. And the natural reaction of government and the civil society is to try to remove most of that content when possible. But the thing is that platforms are not that easy, and they have their own policies that are very strict. And they have a term they coined called coordinated inauthentic behavior. They only remove content if it follows that criteria. And the problem is CIB is difficult to detect, especially manually. And so many governmental institutions, they are not super great at this. And so they have two problems. First, they file reports that are not being reacted on. And second, they don't have enough capacity to work on all the campaigns that are out there. So we are actually here to help. Our solution is a platform that is able to track influence campaigns and find their proofs and evidence that this CIB is involved in the campaign. Basically, the flow goes like this. User gives us some input about the campaign, then we automatically detect the signals that prove that CIB is involved, and then we prepare a report which is shareable and which hopefully will be heard by the platforms. In terms of technology, so we use machine learning to detect all the content related to the influence campaign, and importantly, we utilize technologies to be able to detect those CIB signals. And they are very different. You can think of the timing patterns, like people in Chinese office hours are posting something in Europe. Or you can think of affiliated accounts. Or you can think of the content that is originating in Russia state media, like FSB related, and then posted on Twitter. And all of that cumulatively can be an evidence to remove content and take it out. We are targeting analysts in NGOs and governments, the people who work with this information and who need that to be actually effective and to make some action on top of the analysis that they conduct. Our uniqueness lies along multiple lines, but mainly it's about the cross-platform approach. None of the current players, be it Facebook, be it Google, they access mainly the data that they own. We look broader because current disinformation campaigns are multifaceted. So we look beyond just Facebook or just TikTok or just whatever. We analyze the whole thing to enable our user to track the narrative as it goes over the platforms, over the media, and over the formats. About the commercial potential, so the market is growing because the awareness of the disinformation as a threat is growing. There are a few facts behind me. You can read them later on that give some numbers. The numbers are pretty impressive. And in terms of the implementation, we've already been working with Ukrainian authorities since the war began. So we are aware that the problem exists. We saw the reports that are being sent to Facebook. We saw that they are not working. So we understand the value. And we already have 4 users from Ukrainian government in a waiting list to test this thing. And we have 2 NGOs who we found here at the event who would also like to test the software. And just a few words on the team. So we have AI and software development background. We're technical people, but because we worked with government since the war began, we also understand the disinformation now. And just about myself, I already had experience as a tech entrepreneur, and I sold my last AI company. So I hope that will help me build this one better. Thank you.
Thank you. The first team who is really 3-minute speech. Questions?
Hi, Dmitro. Thank you. If I may, I have a very quick question for you. So I get it that you are looking at finding these coordinated and authentic behavior instances. Is there anything that you can also do to make it easier to report this behavior and actually to make it more probable that the platform in question would react to the complaint and remove it?
Yeah, that's a brilliant question. And I talked here to people from Google and from Meta to understand how can we facilitate the collaboration. So currently they have people like focal points to which authorities report it, like in email or whatever. And of course, it would be great to have an API or some programmatic interface to do that. We're discussing it, but of course we are yet small to make such changes in big platforms. We hope that they will evolve, especially as DSA becomes effective in Europe and will force them to.
Thank you.
One more quick question.
Just a quick one, just to better understand. So you're saying, so this is a cross-platform sort of tracking with ML. You've got experience in ML. You've got a large team. But what's so it's tracking, and then it's just what, depositing it somewhere? Is that the essence, or what is it?
Yeah, let me clarify. So there are 2 steps. First is the tracking. Tracking is like kind of solved in the world. We are solving it in a bit better way, but that's not the trick. Right? The trick is the second stage. So now you tracked the thing. You have a lot of instances in various platforms, and you need to find those signals that are evident of this CIB. Right? And these are particular signals. These are like graph analysis that helps you prove the affiliation, or these are some posting patterns. We have a list of actually 10 parameters we would like to look at, and they are based on the things that Facebook and Google report that they are important to them. So the main IP, the main technology is around being able to track these things at scale, fast, and help analysts.
Can it do Telegram tracking and scraping?
Yeah, that's already in place, by the way.
Thank you very much, the team Osavon.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
We are going to the next one, confidence trading. Please go into the stage. Just remind that you will have 3 minutes and you double see your presentation in front of you. So, yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yuli Zoria. I working in international trade sphere for 8 years, mainly between Ukraine and Poland. I know 4 languages, but the English is the weakest, so maybe I must ask for help our great Evgenia. Maybe no. From from this experience, understanding the needs and pains of business. Who owns the information? He owns the world. The author of this statement is Nathan Rothschild, a well-known English banker, businessman, and financier. This statement of Nathan Rothschild is equally true for all spheres of social life, but especially for economy. Therefore, my project is aimed especially for creating information verification tools for business. The business has developed systems for ensuring information for a long time. Bank guarantee and non-commercial risk insurance complement each other and are often used together. With these tools, you can trade with other countries, especially with Ukraine, quite safely. The problem is that these tools are quite difficult to use. A few years ago, they looked like stacks, even several 100 pages of paper. In recent years, with the mass implementation, electronic document flow, and mandatory electronic digital signature, electronic bank guarantees have appeared in most banks, in particular in Ukraine and Poland. Therefore, now there are no problems in the organization of verification of information by banks and collection of such verified information in one place. Actually, such a place should become a platform confidence trading. And now maybe I some details show by presentation. This product can be used in many spheres trading. For example, anti-corruption policy. For example, growth export. For example, thanks this product, Ukrainian firms will have a much better reputation. Will be safer. In future, that's can be on blockchain.
The time is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Rather than a question, just a quick comment. This is a great pivot you guys had overnight. So going that wide is actually requires a lot of effort and thinking, but I think you got too far with your thinking. So basically, I'm just saying that this is too far from this information, and I think this is the basic comment of all the judges. But thank you for putting a kind of effort into the presentation and the pitch itself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We're trying.
Okay, thank you very much. Confidence trading.
Thank you.
The next one will be Ergodicity. While Ergodicity go into the stage, please, the next team will be Semblance. Be ready to go after them. So, Ergodicity. Yes, the stage is yours. Please bring your micro and clicker, and you will start.
All right. So the presentation was only meant to get us to the final. So we're only going to
Micro, yes. All on and near your mouse.
All right. Yeah. Go on.
Okay. Hello. This is Hubert Plisiecki. My name is Paweł Lenartowicz. There is also Łukasz Niedźwiecki, who is participating online now. We are here because of problems with fakes, disinformation, and faking data. There are a lot of data in our world now, and we just cannot be sure how much of news, comments, reaction on the internet are faked. And there are some approaches to deal with that problem, but these approaches have two big disadvantages. One is that they almost all are very resource intensive. So would you comment later, please? Okay. The one problem is very resource intensive, so usually no one of us can afford to some system to detect fakes. The second problem is that they are almost always based on the previous data we classified as fakes. So we are always one step behind that malicious actors who try to fake the data.
Thank you, Paweł. All right, so we try to overcome these weaknesses by relying on dynamically created synthetic data. We've trained two machine learning models. The first one was inspired by mechanical dynamics. Basically, we generated two types of data. One that comes from plausible distributions, another that comes from implausible distributions, and trained a model on it, achieving high accuracy to differentiate between these two types of data. Then the other model is actually a generative adversarial network model, which consists of two modules. The first module generates fake data, and the other tries to spot it. These two modules compete together, creating a discriminator that can differentiate between fake and real data with high accuracy.
The advantages are that models are flexible and versatile, so it can be approached and used by small companies, by everyday users. We can implement it by API for journalists, researchers, some companies to make some widgets for
the time
like
is over. Thank you very much.
So can you walk us quickly on an example how your solution is gonna detect the fake actually? Because you mentioned statistical models, but let's say something happened somewhere and...
Yeah, sure. Okay, so the idea is that this solution relies on statistical distributions. So the first thing that will need to be done is to map this event to some kind of numerical representation, which can then be fed into the model, the first model. The second model is kind of different. So we started with generating questionnaire data, but actually this type of approach can be easily generalized to every other type of data as long as it can be numeralized, and as long as real, true examples of this data can be collected, right? So actually, yeah. So we don't need to collect fake data. We just need to create real data and rely on the generator to create fake data, right?
A quick question. So that would be the fake data generators. I actually admire the
Actually, that's pretty controversial, right? We are not giving anyone our generator. Our generator is probably the most advanced fake data generator. But using that, we can create a discriminator that can be even better. Right?
And I love this. But the question is, if I may, so this is the fake data generator, or is this fake narrative generator?
The second model, the GAN contains. Okay.
It's not a narrative generator, but it can be, as long as we can numeralize the narratives. So if we use NLP, like natural language processing, we can map words into a numerical space, which can then be used to train the GAN, right? The GAN.
Yeah, okay, I got it. I just like the approach of the Deep Blue Go sort of approach, and thanks for comments.
Okay, I can add, we can see.
We can tell you why we are called ergodicity as well, right?
It will be really better if every team can click your presentation and show it, not only pitch on the stage. So yeah, you click by yourself, dear guys. Yeah, now it will be better, but not with this team, but with the next one, I hope so. So thank you very much, the team Ergodicity. The next team, Semblance.
Hello, my name is Irina, Team Semblance with Disinfo CVE project. This information we describe as a cyber threat which can attack our mind, and we think that it should be fought in a way that we fought antivirus and malwares, and yes, and firewares. So our solution is blockchain-based database in platform which will allow individuals and other organizations find I'm sorry, to report disinformation cases, to import disinformation cases, and then have access to not only their database but to all database, because it will be open source information. The solution, I'm sorry. The solution will be in 2 steps. Free of charge is this our database and browser extension. But for organizers, we can provide services like formal report, integrations, fact-checking enterprise, and allowing access to our database for machine learning training. Implementation, we understand that we should start small, and our first stage should be about Ukraine, help to win the war and victory. As a second stage should be implemented in UA, and the third stage should be implemented for all English-speaking countries, because it's very. I'm sorry, because it will be easy to implement this. I think our team. Sorry, I think our team is just a starting point, because we came here with the idea and work on this project only during Hackathon. But we are very encouraged to finish this project and to help the world to find only to help the world to read only checked information. Thank you. I am sorry.
I know that you worry a lot, but
yeah, I'm sorry.
I've seen that you have managed to get together a big team during the hackathon, and you guys were working. So what were you working on? What are the results of actually 2 days? What have you created?
We create on the first slide, you can scan a QR code. It will show our MVP for homepage of our data source. I'm sorry. And on the left, oh, sorry. And only this is for homepage, and this is our NLP for database. Also, we created a browser extension for Google Chrome, and we upload it to Google Chrome. We send the jury our source code because Google Chrome is still checking this plugin, and we can show how it works. How it should work, it's like marking the sources and uses. If it is verified uses, it's and have no misinformation, it should be marked with green point. If it the sources have marked with orange points, it means that these sources have misinformation. And if a source is marked with red point, it means that the sources have disinformation, and you should be aware. We are not blocking and information. We just want to inform users of what sources they visit and what information they can meet there.
And how are you, two questions, but short ones. So how are you going to decide which information is correct or if it's true? And how are you going to do it quickly enough so it's still relevant with so many information coming to existence every day?
Okay, thank you for your question. For starting our database, we planning to work with NGO organizations and other government organizations who already have started on this project, like disinformation. And try to bring their database to our blockchain website. So all people will have access to all database, because we think that the main problem with this organization is like it's not one place when you can find all information of all cases. You can you only visit one website and see only their verified information. So first part is like we will showing verified information by experts already, and second part is like building a community with our database website, when community can add some sources, articles for example, and mark which information in this article they think is misinformation or disinformation, explain why, edit it to our website. It will form a case, and if this case will be interesting for our community, or we think it's very important for society on the time, we will then start verifying this by asking experts, not by us, experts, and then only after that it will be verified, and we when using plugin it will be marked green, it's true information, orange it's misinformation in this website, and red it is disinformation in the site.
I have a really quick, two quick questions. First question is, who came up with the idea? Who on the team came up with the idea? Because I've noticed that you mentioned that you just joined met the team here, and also who is the project manager on this one?
My idea was mine. Project manager is Dmitro. Down there. So what the question? It was my idea, but it started last week. It was created, and I was registered for Hackathon. And after registration, I started forming my team, and we met on Friday and started working on this project. So it's like 2 days of our work.
Thank you, Team Semblance. Thank you, jury members. And for those wondering who I am, my name is Victor. I'm going to be backing up Jane for a while because apparently somebody who is only 2 months old doesn't care about hackathon time and requires immediate attention. So the next team is going to be band of 4. And you have You have 3 minutes, just like everyone else, please.
Hello, hello. Yeah, hello, my name is Vitaly. I today represent our team, Band of Four, very great name, and our product Mind Map. So I will describe what it is. Please answer to my question. Do you have a job where you should review or research many articles or papers? Please raise your hand. Oh, so many hands, great, great. Okay, second question. Do you know what this ChatGPT model is? Yeah, yeah. And maybe you use it even. Yeah, great. So you are very aware person about modern AI technologies. But unfortunately, there are many people in Ukraine that are not aware of it. It's journalists, it's researchers who do not know how to use it, who scared of using it because it's something new. And also, it's not available in Ukraine right now because API is closed. So how we could solve all these problems? We have our solution is Mind Map. Mind Map is web service where you could put article what you're interested in and get all question from AI model which you will get, which you have, like this. And also we are working on tutorials how to use GPT models. So people from media will be more aware of how to use this perfect tool in their job and increase quality of media of our country. Okay, what about cost? How much it cost? What we've did, we've take Hackathon guideline and put it to ChatGPT, for example, and it was cost 1 cent. It's very good price. It's very good price. For example, I am ready to pay this price if I will be organizer. And questions like, okay, when we'll have second checkpoint will be disappeared, because you could just ask ChatGPT, for example, or some other analog. Okay, what about our plans? We plan to collaborate with organizations which working with media from Ukraine to better promote our product, because like it's our target audience in Ukraine. Yeah, and our team is very solid, concrete guys and girls. So we have AI experts, we have marketing experts, and we have 2 business developer experts. So we could easily develop this product. Sorry. And what about scalability? What we could also do, not maybe only media. So we could also look at IT communities, business communities, and marketing communities, and propose some solution for team collaboration of them.
Thank you very much. The time is up.
Okay.
And
thank you.
And time for the questions.
If I may, just a very quick one. Thanks for the great presentation. I wanted to ask something that I think a lot of people hear now who try to implement large language models for real-world applications. So how are you going to approach the issue of things like factual inaccuracies and the so-called AI hallucination that large language models are exhibiting right now?
Sorry, what the problem with large models? Could you repeat? I did not hear.
The so-called AI hallucination and the outright factual inaccuracies that large language models generate sometimes. You can see it in ChatGPT, for example.
Actually, right now we do not focus on solving this problem. I think it will be minor task in our task list. First of all, we will need to focus on fine-tuning model of adding, for example, 1 or 2 articles and keep correct context of this article. So it will be our main goal about fine-tuning GPT models. But that was great question. I will research about this problem more. Thank you.
Not a question, but just, I guess, just to augment what the colleague over here said, it's just you're not worried about the limits that it has with like the access to historic data, because it will just feed you not just hallucinating but also relevant answers sometimes.
That's a very great question, and that's next step of awareness about GPT models. So you could not only use like demo version of OpenAI GPT, but you could also fine-tune this model. So you could put more data, more context, and train on this context. It's first. And second, you could use not limited version demo, which has limits. You could also use Azure service, which they announced, I don't know, maybe less than months ago. I do not know correctly. And also you could pay for this. So this 1 cent is not like something from mind. I just tested it on this hackathon. So you really like put this guideline. Maybe in parts, yeah, we may do some hacks with this playground, but we could put this all guideline and it will cost 1 cent. It's not the best model, but it's second of the best. The best will cost 5 cents. I think it's very big price.
Just another, it's probably it should be perceived as a joke, but the previous guys, well, previous guys that were talking about the Deep Blue, like a la Deep Blue model, I thought that they are working at Google, and what you are saying right now, I think you were probably associated with Microsoft, because they also invested like billions into trying to teach this thing actually do something.
If Microsoft have good vacation for me, I'm ready to look at it.
Thank you, Benno 4. Thank you for your presentation. Please take a
Thank
seat.
you.
The next team is PLRM. Please take a stage.
Okay. Wow. I'm not scared. I'm excited.
The time is ticking already.
Oh, hell. Disinformation, manipulating news, psyops, are the very powerful weapon of war. Not because of the bot farms, but people that share it virally. Fake spreads 6 times faster than original content. Life cycle of the disinformation is very short, so we need to have a solution for the fastest delivery of the data analysis results. We need to block even potentially dangerous content, and this solution cannot be provided by social media networks. On the one hand, we will help users to take care about their information hygiene. Think about it like washing hands before the snack. On the other hand, we can use data analysis on the early stage of disinformation detected. And yeah, our name of our solution is Hilyaka. Yeah. Our place. Imagine that data analysis detects 10 suspicious accounts and add them to the database and report to the social media network. Social media algorithms should decide to block it or not. The problem is every post looks like just someone's opinion, so social media won't block them. But we can, if user let us do it. We are going to block 100% of suspicious accounts for user safety. Profit for user is simple. Reduce impact of mental health, devaluates the effort of creating this content, and slow down virality. This is a few screenshots of our landing page that we want to create. And here is the video of our extension MVP for TikTok. Can you please open it? Yes, thank you. Yeah, just watch how the puppy work. Okay, we are unique on the market, and our plans is to cover all social media and hope all platforms. Okay, let's puppy work. And Where is my presentation? Help me, please.
Time to wake up.
I need 10 more seconds, please.
I guess the presentation is in another tab, and while our jury members are asking questions, you can just go back to your presentation and...
Okay, I have like a few words that I want to show you our team. And a few days ago, we have an idea, and right now we have a solution. Thank you.
So you mentioned you're going to have an analyst actually, looking at the reports you have.
Not at all.
Not
at all. We create a solution like between the data analysis and users. So we are going to use maybe a few data analysis organizations, for example. So we have a lot of information about some detections that need to be blocked for the user.
So how your solution is going to decide, like if someone is not, for example, trying to block some truthful news, just, by overusing some kind of automatical.
In this case, we just decide to believe data analysis. So, for example, this content can not be fake, for example, but it has a very high, like, points of, I'm not sure, of awareness. And just in case, we better block it because, as I said before, misinformation and psyops are very fast. So our main idea is to block it as soon as it's possible.
More questions?
No.
Sorry, another quick question. I just noticed on the TikTok page in the video that you showed. So you're not using TikTok's API, but it's something like a macro type of thing? Is it like some automatic clicker or something that you're using for this?
For one day, yeah, we create automatic clicker, and we know about limitations. And right now, we don't use this API. I'm not sure about the reason why. They don't have. Yeah, I have an answer that TikTok did not have this API. So yeah.
So how would you approach it in the future then, like when it's more like a production ready product?
Maybe that will be something like will be work hidden. So user don't need to watch all of this stuff, and also we have we need to have different solutions. For example, for TikTok, this is the way that we found to block information, because in this way, if you block some account, you won't see in your feed posts and even comments from this account. So for Facebook, there will be another solution. We maybe already did it. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, but there will be like hiding feature with some pictures that we will show on hover of the post and said that this is the potentially dangerous content. So different solutions for different social media.
Thank you, PLRM team. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
The next team is the Italian, and while they take a stage, I would like to ask all, please. I would like to ask all teams to keep their answers to jury's members' questions as concise, as short as possible. You may start now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Olha, and I'm already the co-founder and data collection team lead. So as you understand, we already have this project. And since the beginning of the war, we started to collect the materials from the open source internet. And we collect footages of photos and videos related to civil suffering and all the damages that are done in Ukraine. Also, we have the eyewitness database, and this is our unique product. So a lot of witnesses can go to GAG and present themselves and to tell the truth about the war. The problem is that in Ukraine, so far, there is no organizations that collect the data related to civil suffering, and already there is no industry standard organization because like a lot of organizations do whatever they want to win this war, and we are one of them. The solution of this problem is that we can collect the materials, and we already do this. We properly structure them, and we verify them before publishing. And a lot of companies already asked us for this information. A lot of media companies, historical resources, researchers, they need this information for their research and for their work. Speaking about the target audience, as I said, we already have the target audience, and we hope that it will be increased in the future. As of now, in the database, there are more than 32,000 photos saved. There are 6,100 videos and 150 witnesses. We collect the data on the daily basis, publish it to our database, and but speaking about the commercial potential, in case we increase the visibility and possibilities in our database, which are filters, searching possibilities by keywords, and for example, on the slide you can see the database which is now, it's needed to be downloaded and then operated on this, but in case we apply back-end, front-end help of people that can develop this, we can do it searchable, easy to see information, easy to download, easy to follow the source of the information. And in this case, it will be easier to use this. So we will add value for our users. Speaking about the implementation, we do this and we will continue doing this with the help of our partners that ask for witnesses, that ask for the photos and videos, but we will invest less time on searching what they need and helping them to do this with an easier way for them. Scalability, I hope that we will increase doubly at least with the help of good interface, and we will spread the news and verified news. We will increase the team that we have with the help of Hackathon and people that already asked to join the team.
Thank you, Team D'Italian. Time for questions.
Do you cooperate in any way with the Ukrainian government in case of war crimes, documentation, and so on?
The question is whether we are now operating with them or...
Yeah. Do you work with them or do you plan to work with them?
Of course, we have plans, but honestly, as of now, they do not have time to work with such organizations. They have so many things to check, especially our governmental things that they go to some places where there are crimes and they inspect them. So for police, it's not time for us to cooperate with us now. Maybe later when they have more time and possibilities and people.
We can ask one more question.
Do you have like any process that's supposed to, let's say, prevent someone who doesn't like what you're doing from spoiling your database? For example, providing like fake data, then, pretending or showing like, okay, this data is from somewhere else. So probably their whole database is, not real. So do you have anything that helps you verify, and how do you do your verification?
First of all, we collect information from official sources, and we refer to the sources that we collect from. So when you go to the data file, you can see the source, official sources, trusted sources that we trust in Ukraine, like social media that all of us we see and check. Of course, if the source is for us not clear, we double check in different sources, and in the file we attach all the sources that we reckon to be checked, and we trust this. And there is one direction which is called not verified, which we collect from open source, for example, Facebook, Instagram, like people that were witnesses and they posted. Of course, we cannot check this person, like go to her, call her or ask her, but if we know that at this place something happened, we collect her data, we also refer to this person, and this is partial verification, let's say like this.
I just have a quick question, may not require an answer. It's about, have you actually really checked good that there's no one else that gathering that information, mapping it, using it, providing it? Are you certain about it?
We are certain about organizations that say that they collect the data, but it is not disclosed. So maybe it is stored somehow, but not about the civil suffering. Speaking about the war and military things, I do agree. But about civil suffering, not sure, according to the last check.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for clarifying.
Thank you very much.
Really
Please take your seat. The next team is Dime Dozen, and after that we will have 2 more teams. So please be patient.
Okay, so war in Ukraine, protests in Iran, political issues in China. A lot of people have faced unfair humiliation and they want to scream about the issues they have faced. And they often become activists that want to speak about that, but they face the challenges to perceive and distribute their stories safely. We suggest a web application for the independent activists who want to be heard to just spread the stories anonymously. There will be no comments, no discussions, no advertisements, and no paid content. We witnessed from our questionnaire that we posted that 60% of the responders think that comments create info noise and that media nowadays provide a lot of irrelevant information. As far as we are focusing on the anonymity of the content and on the absence of discussions, we think that we want to generate the profit in the tangent way. So if the user of the platform wants to connect with the author of some post, they can pay a fee to connect with this author to open a private conversation. We'll also pay some small percentage of this money to the content creators, so we can encourage more highly quality content from these authors. We're targeting the media market, which includes both social media and mass media, like newspapers and so on. Our main competitors are digital newspapers and all these kinds of sources, social media, microblogging platforms, and so on. But we are focusing on the independent journalism. And on the absence of informational noise. We create no comments, no discussions. And the most important thing that we offer is the anonymity of the post. In our MVP, we're focusing on 3 main features, which is an anonymous post sharing itself, then reaching out to the author, and the content moderation, which we will perform via cooperation with our partners. We want to partner with NGOs and people who are experts in the niche. Our first target audience is English-speaking proactive youth from Eastern Europe, maybe Europe and Asia, but our early users will be our peers from Ukraine. We are a team of 3. We have worked with NGOs. We are activists ourselves, so we know how to cooperate with other activists. We have experience in technical sector and in public sector. We are targeting the more than a $2,000 billion market and narrowing it down to the English-speaking audience and younger audience itself. We think that we can get the 100 billion markets, of which we want to have at least 5 to 10%. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Perfect timing and time for questions.
Thanks for the presentation. And also a quick comment maybe and a question how you would approach it. I think the experience over the years has shown that any place that specializes on anonymous posts, one way or the other becomes a huge online cesspool. And you do say that you will be moderating the content, but do you understand how many moderators you would need to have? And another thing about the payment payments, I think it's a perverse incentive because it would basically encourage people to post as inciting content as possible so that more people would be interested in contacting them and saying that they are wrong. I'm pretty sure that these two things are going to happen, but I would love to hear your thoughts on how you would avoid this pitfall.
Okay, so thank you for the comments and for the questions. So about the content moderation, we thought about that after thinking about user validation, because like we cannot validate users because we're not experts in this area. So about the content moderation, I said about partnering with NGOs. So firstly, we think that we can like give the content, like when some person posts a post on our platform, we give this content to some NGO or some volunteers maybe or some experts that double check this content, and then it is published on our source. So like we're still keeping the person anonymous, and at the same time we are sure that the content is like valid and trustworthy.
And the payments part?
And about the payments part, okay, can you please repeat the question? I kind of don't remember it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, it is taking a bit longer than I expected. The question is that I think that the payment system really encourages posting very inciting content. So basically something as bad as possible so that more people would have to pay to reach out to the author and explain them how wrong they are and how bad of a person they are. So how would you avoid this?
Okay, we haven't actually thought about it. You are the first person to think about it, so thank you for the insight. Again, we will moderate the content, so someone will check it. So I think we will not post like provocative content or like propaganda stuff. So this will not probably be the issue.
Thank you.
So I was actually wondering a bit of similar thing, but on the different angle. So I was wondering, if you have an activist that's posting someone that is not very good for the government or the dictator in a particular country, wouldn't like this model that, okay, let's get in touch with someone would be a tool for the special services of that country, just to try to fool them into revealing themselves and, just eliminating them?
Yeah, thank you for the question. We thought about that. So when actually a person gets in touch with the content creator, we still keep like the person anonymous, so they just like can create a private chat, so they can chat and this user can ask questions. But if the person wants to be anonymous still, like they do not give their contacts, so they are like fully disclosed just in case they want to.
It wouldn't be like let's say an area that they will ask, for example, send us the photo, with the original data so we can verify it, and then, some of the phones record the GPS or, location and so on.
Okay, so I don't have the ideas how to deal with it now, but it's like, when there are a lot of users, there will be a lot of problems, and some of the problems are like the problems of the users, but we will cope with those as far as we develop the product.
Thank you. Thank you, Team Dime Dozen. Please take a seat. The next team is Mind Guards.
One, two, three. Okay, so what's the problem that we have now? So internet removes the content from the news we consume. So what does it mean? It means that some of the articles may be false and some information can be misleading. So there is statistics that I showed it. So it's the consumers who or misleading information about selected topics such as COVID, so on and so forth, so politics. So the children and adults need to be equipped, and especially old people, with the necessary information or critical analysis to understand the content on social media. So there is a case with Daniel. Daniel is a businessman who doesn't check the political information about anything what's going on, but he wanted to go to Thailand. But because he read some of the article, he decided to not, and as a result, he lost some money. And so everyone is under the risks. The fake news spread fast and multiply. The best instrument remains to be the human brain. Our solution intends to facilitate it. So to put it super simple, we're trying to provide some tools to the user to make more accurate decision to think critically. So how it's gonna work? So it's gonna be an extension. So you will have to click only one button. So it gets an extension for free, and you register. And there is gonna be an extension consists of extension, pop-up, plugin, and social platform. So the core features are going to be author background, content check, and real-life educational materials. So let's go to the example and how it's going to work in a real life. So there is going to be content verification. So from the, as you can see, here's going to be like trusted publisher from Duke University, and there's going to be a summary that we are developing from the machine learning models and AI. So, and the next is going to be author creditability. So as you can see, there is going to be trusted by line, and there's going to be keywords from his background or her background. As you can see here, it's important to notice that it's also going to show you the false information if there's going to be any in our sites. So there is about educational material, so we try to make it very simple and to put it on the bottom of that so everybody can access it and to see how it's going to work. But in case if the user is going to go to Facebook or any other newspaper, there's going to be a guideline what you have to be careful about. So it's our solution. So this is the magic that happens behind Sense. So there's going to be a solution overview. So there's going to be user, there's going to be media-wise, what we are doing. So it's ML and AI. And there's going to be third party. I was very lucky to meet with Oscar. He works at Meta, and we're thinking about implementing some Meta's APIs and to return the summary to the user. So in terms of architecture overview and how it's going to implement it, so everything going to be run on the cloud technological such as AWS. As you can see here, there's going to be a Google API, Lambda, and Wikipedia API. So there's going to be innovation and uniqueness. So the high accessibility, the 5 fingerprints, you can take a look from here, but I'm going to skip it. Here's the revenue stream and implementation, how it's going to, everything how going to look like, and there is implementation, how it's going to, in terms of customer and the product. And here's the implementation
Thank you very
and our
much
team. Yeah.
for a presentation. Time for questions.
Nice presentation. In terms of product, have you done any actual coding or prototyping over the course of 2 days?
Yeah, actually, we have already MVP. If you can go to our to the site where we put, there is going to be GitHub page, and we already have a working MVP, and you can be some information can be tested there. The URL is inside the. It's going to be where I uploaded on the on the survey. But basically, answering your question, like how it's going to work, right? So basically, with the user, it's going to be it's going to be automatic. Everything going to be super easy. So basically, you just have to highlight the author name.
I trust you.
Okay, but we're going to use machine learning models, and as a result,
no, I get it. Just wanted to see something that was done in the past days.
Okay, then there is the design and how it's going to look in the real life. But if you're interested about the MVP, we can show you. Yeah.
Yeah, just show us. If you have something, bring us the tablet or phone with what works there, and I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the final project for today, Travolta. Travolta on the stage, and yay. Excited to hear it.
Thanks. How do I use it? Hello. My name is Alex, and I didn't have much time to build a fancy presentation. I've been busy building the actual MVP. So you're gonna enjoy the crappy presentation. I'm gonna be like trying to explain what I've done. So like the world is a mess, all that stuff, a lot of powerful houses trying to fight for our attention, for our minds, for our emotions every single day. So we consume a lot of trash on the internet. So what do? So basically for this MVP, I've built an extension, and how do we filter through this bullshit on the internet? So we're gonna trust just an open source model, or at least how they claim it to be, and it's going to just query the model and ask if this content is contains some marks for example, like racism, or this is how it could look like. I haven't done any UI yet, but it works on the back end already. So you select the text and you query the extension, and it returns you on the label you select how this content is rated. And you can select whatever you want and add your own filter or questions to the content. So this is basically like a public good product could be, but it can also be adjusted for commercial use since it's using the paid API, and you can add some markup on top of it and make it like commercial. So the key concepts here is that how do we trust the model? There are like several could be solutions. One of them is just like an organization that could be creating a benchmark of questions against some topic, for example, racism, political bias, or something. And this model could be validated and be in check over time as they roll out, as OpenAI roll out new and new versions, so that we know that this model is not changing its bias over time or something. Yeah, it could be an open source package. So the whole thing is that make it as public as possible and available for people as possible, and it can be extended over time. That could be demo here, but I'm not allowed to show. It's not possible here. So anyway, if you want to see the demo, I can show you in private.
And the time is over. Thank you. And maybe questions from jury? Anyone? Nope. Or yes? Someone? No. No. Thank you very much, Team Travolta.
Thank you.
So, it was the last team for today, but it's not the final part of our event because we are waiting for a very special moment with announcement of the winners. And we have 30 minutes pause before it to evaluate and count all the points of jury members. And after that, we are coming back. So, are you ready, guys? Yay! And I hope that, yay, also an online stream with our online participants. So, very interesting moment. But before announcement, I want to propose to share her feedback. Tara Yaris, Deputy Country Representative from USAID. Tara, please. Your honor opening and clothing our hackathon this year.
Thank you. Thank you all, first of all, for all of the work that you did this weekend. Your hard work, dedication, and collaboration. We really hope that that continues, and it really showed throughout the weekend. We had over 25 initial ideas submitted from 127 participants, and it was exciting to see the 15 final concepts and hear from each of the teams just now. Incredible job, everyone. Round of applause. We hope that all of these solutions can be further scaled up to ensure continued global information security. Thank you also to our virtual participants for all of your hard work, to the technicians who made this hybrid event possible, to the film crew for capturing everything, and to our esteemed mentors for sharing their expertise, time, and wisdom. And finally, thank you to Social Boost, our wonderful partner in this event, and to Google for Startup Campus for hosting us in this great space. Finally, in closing, we believe these ideas will further contribute to the tools Ukraine needs to continue winning the information war and fighting for the values, ideals, and truths that we all stand for. USAID is proud to support events like this and others like it, and thank you all for being a part of this hackathon, sharing your wisdom and creativity to find the solutions that we all need to help support Ukraine in its victory. Slava Ukraini.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you for such prominent words and so energy and positive vibe. And Dennis, please, your words is also very important.
I would like to thank, first of all, before we end up with drinks and winners, etc., I would like to thank Social Boost team, who is which is now scattered from London to Kyiv all over Europe, and they managed to make this event happen. So thank you so much for doing this. Thanks to our partners, USAID, OTI, and UCBI team. That was an amazing support, and specifically for your expertise and precise approach with hands-on and mentorship of our team. And to all of you guys, because this is very interesting how people from different locations, from Poland and Ukraine and some other countries mixed up, and we will be looking forward, no matter what the results are, to hear back from you. We are very happy to share our network, the resources that Social Boost in 1991 has, and basically we have a saying internally that basically there is a 1991 family, so basically once you get in touch, you always will be somehow seeing more and more people from this universe. So we are very happy that you had a first touch with us, and we'll be happy to keep this touch on. So good luck with nominations and with the results, and we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. But it's not enough. I want to see here also Costa, Anna, Greg. Please come into me to this stage all together, guys. Share your experience, please. I think it's very important for our participants because feedback of such experts and such people really important. It could be a push for our teams in the further steps of their projects and their startup life.
Yes, actually, I don't know. I had a great time. I hope that everyone else also had a great time. I just wanted to. I know how much pressure there is on the like mentors and like the jury probably and the organizing team and stuff. But most of the pressure is actually on the participants. So whoever didn't get it right this time, I'm pretty certain you will get it right next time. And I'm hopeful that maybe the insight and the knowledge that you acquired in the past 2 days, as well as the hands-on, like sort of tackling of those, mega problems that, all the governments and, so many organizations trying to solve for like months, if not years, you were trying and you attempted to solve those problems within like 48 hours. So I would like to thank you for actually making this event happen. And I really wish you good luck. And hopefully we'll, I don't know, I think there, the chances are quite high that we'll intersect, we'll see each other, and we'll communicate, and maybe we'll even work together going forward, regardless of the results. Thanks a lot to you.
What I would like to say is to congratulate the guys who actually managed to last till the end and finish and not be afraid to present themselves, in front of people, because that's important first step in the realization of your project. I especially like to congratulate the guys who actually were courageous enough to try to challenge their idea with mentors and people who are available here and took advantage of the things you cannot do just working at home. So especially congratulating to those guys. Keep working, keep trying, because with startups, it's not always the first time, but this time, if you try hard enough, it may come.
Wanted to congratulate you for being so creative and so hardworking and delivering in such a short time. It's really, really impressive. And also finding ways in teaming up in the same time in developing your ideas and maybe switching to some other ideas. So this flexibility, this spirit, and this energy that you're bringing to this hackathon. So congratulations, everyone, with this. And it's been a pleasure to actually go through the ideas, through actually your vision of how do you see the problems, the contemporary problems to be solved. It's really impressive. Well done.
And let's thank again the judging committee. They were working hard to give you scores. I think we're moments away from finding out what the scores are.
Thank you, guys. And of course, a very special moment is now. I remind you that all the top teams, third place, second place, and the first place, jump into intensive mentorship program with 1991, and the first place also raise some money prize. So the third place is the team the Teleon. Please come in, guys. The Teleon, where are you? Yay! Congratulations. Hold here, yeah? The second place. It's all... Yeah, only one. Yes. Here, yes. The second place. Mine Guards. Yay! Jump here. And the third place, third place. First, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Osavul! Dima, congratulations. But it's not enough, because we have special bonus from our jury members who have some warm and very special thoughts about another two teams who will have such bonus. And the bonus will be our intensive mentorship program, also for the team Cybersword, which pitches we heard today, first of one, online team. And another team who is also jumping to acceleration and mentorship, Ergodi City. So guys, you're also, I don't see him. If you're here, you're also coming to the stage. But yeah. Because you're also a part of this celebration. So, yes. Why are you in line? Maybe you can do that. Another choice. Yes, take a photo together and celebrate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, all the teams. And as I hope you will be developing your ideas further. And of course, we are open every day for your questions and our mentors too. So we are a community now, and you can do everything you want in our Slack channel, collaborate, cooperate, and create new ideas too. Thank you very much, and celebrate all together.